Hey everybody. So I wanted to bring a little bit of clarification to how your lab report should be set up for your deployment assessment. Now, regardless of if you do the self-directed experiment or if you do kind of the analysis of the published works, either way you're going to be submitting the same type of report. And I did say, at least to cohort A, that I apologize because I realized that the link that you needed, this link right here that was kind of helpful, was only located in option 2, and I didn't also put it in option 1. So I apologize for not having that link there. But not having that link doesn't change any of the expectations. All it's going to do is help you kind of format everything a little bit better. So I'm going to go through that formatting I did go into the self-discovery. And when I scroll down, again, I'm going to just click on that scientific writing. Oops. And then that will bring you here. So with a true full-on like lab report that you're going to do in college, you will have all of these pieces. So title, abstract, introduction, materials and methods, everything is kind of laid out to here's what we looked at in your title page. The abstract is a very quick like blurb of what you found, and then it kind of goes into, okay, here's my procedure, here's my materials, here's my results, and that's kind of its own section. And then that's where you have that discussion and analysis. So this website walks you through, what should be in that title, what should be in the abstract, introduction, and so on and so forth. Now, I told you that you don't have to do the abstract. So if we go down here, you're going to skip the abstract, but you will do the other pieces. So introduction at looking at, what did you decide to investigate, whether you did it on your own, whether you looked at a published work, materials and method. This is more so going to be if you do your own data collection. If you used research data, then you wouldn't have this section. The results, this is where you're going to put your data table, your graph, your linearized graph if you need to, and then your model will also go there. And then that's it. So the results section really is just mostly like everything from Google Sheets. The discussion, and here's where I've kind of seen it split, like the discussion and conclusion. For some professors, you just put it together. Some have it separated. I've done a ton of literary reviews for my college courses, and even in there, sometimes they're together and sometimes they're not. So for me, as long as you just have like the discussion / the conclusion, that's fine. But this is where you discuss your results, and it's done in a paragraph length response. So a couple of the ones that I saw coming in kind of had, here's my question, and then you just answered it underneath. That's just not the proper formatting. So if you did that already, all you have to do is kind of like restructure how you answered those questions into a paragraph length response. So make sure that it flows properly. It shouldn't be, Miss P asked this, so here's my answer. Then she asked this, so here's my answer. Then she asked this, so here's my answer. It should be a flowing paragraph where you can clearly see what your initial thoughts were to the very end of how everything comes together. So that will be kind of like the big heart of your paper. And again, that's written in paragraph length response. And a true discussion like this is probably going to be about 1 to 2 pages for what we're doing. And that's your standard Times New Roman, double space, size 12 font, things like that. But if you're writing anything less than 1 page, you definitely don't have enough details. Do not write 5 pages, but 1 to 2 pages is about what you should be doing in this discussion session or section. And my questions are only to help guide you in your thinking. So you may have other things that you address while you're in this discussion section. All right, now one of the other things that I just wanted to show you, and I will upload this as well, is this is just, as you can see, a sample lab report of how you would want to put this together. So your very first page is what did you look at, who are you, what class are you in, and then the date. Some other teachers will have you put like biology 101 and then who's the teacher. I would also like you to do that. So it'll be like AP Physics 1, Miss Panzarella, and then the date. And you obviously don't have any lab partners for this. Then it will go into the abstract, which again, you're not going to have, but notice how it's formatted, where you have the abstract up top and then you have the information underneath. So you do have to have that header. Some professors want you to have it bolded and in the center. I don't quite care where you put it as long as you have that. You will also, when you get to your college courses, you'll have a reference page, so the table of contents to your reference page. That would be the page before this, but we don't need that for our purpose. But then again, your introduction, what did you look at? What are we going to explore in this paper? And then your methods, that's really like your procedure. So if you conducted your own procedure, you would give us kind of a step-by-step introduction into how you did your lab. So this should be written in a way that anyone could recreate your experiment with no issues. Then here you have the results. Yours is going to be a little bit more quantitative than theirs. So you'll have your data set, your graphs and everything, and then you have your discussion down here. So this is kind of to help you just see how that formatting should be done. And then the writing scientific will give you that little bit more description on what you should have in those different paragraphs, and then your setup. So hopefully that helps address some of the questions of how should you be formatting everything. Again, none of the expectations content-wise have changed. It's just a difference of how you're actually presenting that information. All right, see me if you have any questions.